Hey yo, what's going on? Random Andrew coming at you again with another Mini Cooper video, if you couldn't tell by the title. Been waiting and waiting, hashtag fed up with FedEx. They tell you they're gonna have a part here on a certain day, you sit around waiting because, you know, package thieves. You don't want things to get punked, so you wait, and then that whole day goes by. Nothing shows up. You get a notification at 4 in the morning that the delivery date's been changed to today. Still not here. Not gonna be here. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna start the work, and then, you know, because of the magic of editing, I can just finish the work once it shows up. But we're gonna get everything ready. If you haven't done this on your Mini Cooper yet, let me tell you, it seems like it could potentially be a messy job, but at the same time, there's ways to keep it from being messy. And I'm gonna hopefully be able to show you that stuff today. I don't know. We'll see how it works out. Gotta fix something. Collar drives me nuts on these coats. Anyhow, what we're gonna do is we're gonna remove this access portal. It's five nuts pull off there. I think they're probably a 10 or something like that. We'll figure it out. And then there's the fuel filter side. I don't have to open that side yet, but I mean, it's the same thing as this. No, I haven't cleaned out the car since I pulled the seat up. It's pretty messy under there. But before you do anything with the fuel pump, there's something under the hood that needs to be done, and that's relieving the fuel pressure so we can prevent making this mess. Wow, I had the camera in the wrong mode that whole time, so I hope it wasn't too bad. Okay, so I got something else I want to point out real quick. Something else I'm going to have to do on this car, and there will be a video when the time comes. These guys right here, the hood struts, they're no way working at all. So this is what we got. We're using a weed picker for a prop rod. Don't knock it. I have seen 1400 horsepower modified RX-7 4-rotor. You know what I'm talking about, Rob Dom's car. You don't have no hood rod. Who needs a hood rod? Who needs prop rod? Just find something the right length and away you go. So we're gonna have to, probably might be a good idea to get this stuff out of the way first. It's just a simple clip here, a clip here, and that'll buy us some room to get in. There's a little Schrader valve on the end of the fuel rail. We're gonna relieve the fuel pressure that way, and fuel's gonna come out, and I gotta find something small enough that I can squeeze down in here and try and catch that fuel when it comes out. I don't want it anywhere down in here. Won't hurt anything, but if you can avoid the mess, it's a good idea to avoid the mess. Some of you might be wondering, other Mini owners, where is my cover for right here? Where is that cover? It doesn't belong here, but it's in the back seat. I don't like these plastic covers they put on modern engines. I like to be able to see what is happening under here. If there was a leak or something from one of my injectors, I'd see the moisture around it without having to remove everything. And it's easier for me to get in and clean when I want to do a nice cleanup of the engine. Alright, so let's see about relieving this fuel pressure. I guess it's not a bad idea to do this either. Just set it in there so there's no seal, no tank pressure. Alright, so I've gone ahead and I've removed this line here from the valve cover to the intake boot. And look how nice and shiny that is, you know, a little Schrader cap, or the cap for the Schrader valve, just like your bicycle tire stem. And you just push on that inside guy, and if there's fuel pressure, fuel's going to come out of there, which hopefully will back off any of the pressure in the lines for when we go to undo that pump. I found a paint cap. We're just going to set it. Move this vacuum line out of the way, or is that a vacuum line? Yeah, whatever. I'll just clip it back in after. And I'll just do a little bit at a time. See if we can't set this up for you. That's the best I can do for you guys for a view. Got something to push the stem on the Schrader valve. Just a little Allen key should work. And see, we'll get in here. We'll get in there. And it appears that I have no fuel pressure in my fuel rail right now. Like I'm pushing that in and no fuel is coming out, guys. So, I guess we won't have that big of a problem when it comes time for the pump. Oh, yeah, and I've heard lots of people say, you know, hey, you should probably unhook your battery while you do this because, you know, safety third. We'll get to that. We will. Alright, now that we're crammed on in here, 5 10 mil nuts, and then you'll have to pry up with this because it got this foam strip on here. It turns into kind of like an adhesive. It kind of sticks to it after, you know, what is this, an 05? So we're talking 15 years that thing's probably not been removed. And then you got this guy here. Let me see if I can't set the camera up and I'll show you the best way to try to undo it. This is what I've seen in other videos. And oh yeah, first you'll want to do this. You can tell I've already had it off. I got a little gung-ho and went ahead and started work and forgot to turn the camera on. So I backed my steps up a little bit. This clip will actually be flush against here, and you'll want to slide it this way at the same time you're pulling up. You can kind of see these little arc shapes, and that's what it's got to do, right? Like it's got to come out that way, and that'll help lift it up, kind of like on the ECU, how everything detaches on there. I already had this off. This should be coming off fairly easy. You gotta make sure you get that all the way over, and then it just comes right off. Voila. Which is French for, and then I found this. Isn't that what he says? Ready Player One? Okay, I'm gonna set this up and I'll show you this whole, how to get this guy off. It's already loose, you can see, but yeah. Alright, let's hope the camera stays where we need it to stay. So to undo it, you're just basically gonna put the edge of the flathead right against the nub of that and just gently, I emphasize gently, tap it and turn it like that. Let it go a little, you know, a little bit at a time. Now, I did mark this. Somewhere on here is a mark. Oh, I think it's right here. I hope that's it. No, it's right here. You can barely see it. I made a little mark just with the edge of the screwdriver and a mark down on the side of the tank, so when it comes time to put it back together, I can get it to roughly the same tightness it was before I took it apart, making sure the seal is good. So we're just going to go like this. And this is kind of in rough shape, you know? Look at that. I might try and clean this up a little bit. I'm not taking this out until the new pump is here, so I'm not breaking any seals or anything. There's a lot of dirt in here too, and I'm almost tempted to bring the vacuum out and give it a quick clean, make sure everything's, you know, safe from getting any dirt down inside the tank. That's a really good idea too, you know. I think that's about all I'm going to be able to do for today, other than maybe vacuuming out that top of this. Would actually make a tremendous difference when I go to do the work, and then I can hit the rest of this too. But other than that, gotta wait for FedEx. And as you guys can tell, it's now been a couple of days. Yep, definitely snowed, definitely been a quick minute. Definitely an unnecessary amount of salt chucked down. Do they do this where you guys live? I've heard out west in British Columbia, here in Canada, they use beet juice. They don't throw all this salt down that rots your vehicles. Salt, that's where that comes from. Salt rot. Ends up doing things like this. You see his little bubbling? You guys can see that up close? Yeah, that's gonna be probably a summertime project maybe. Take care of that before it gets real bad. I don't like that. No sir, not one bit. Anywho, so let me see, it's been a few days for me, been a few seconds for you guys. My collar, see what I mean? Anywho, it took forever for FedEx to show up. Monday, said it was gonna be here Monday, waited all day. Nothing, no show. 4 in the morning, oh, your package is gonna show up Tuesday. Well, today's Thursday, and it was just day after day of that. Understandable, Christmas, Corona crud. So if you're watching this at a later date, yes, this is happening during Corona. To the point being, I've wasted like a couple minutes already. We've been removing this guy here. He's all ready to come out. Where's the ring for that? I took, oh, it's in the back. It's in the back. I took that off, cleaned it up a bit with a wire brush. Just, you know, it needed it. I gotta work on pulling this out. Shouldn't be too big of a job. What we've all been waiting for, the new fuel pump. Now there's a spring here. don't know where the heck that thing's supposed to go. I have to look when I take the new one apart, or the old one apart. Maybe that'll kind of indicate where this guy's supposed to be. Like just random spring. So we'll keep an eye open for that when we take that old one out. Rear latch don't seem to want to open. See? You can hear the click, 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 but no click, 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 click. You know what I mean? So this is why you got this. Know your Mini Cooper hidden secrets. Well, let the gas fumes fly, people. I barely, I'm telling you, just got the screwdriver under the edge of that, pried up a little, and poof! This thing, like, almost explosively come up. And here is the old unit. So I'm gonna have to take these gloves off and very carefully pull this out. Thinking of what all I'm gonna need once it's out. Because it is attached by the wires here. I still don't see... Oh, I think the spring goes between here and here. Alright, we're getting this figured out. Oh my goodness, these fumes are horrendous. Okay, I got so focused on what I was doing. You know what I forgot to do again? You got it, pick up the camera. So this is not easy at all to do. Especially if you've never tried to squeeze a fuel pump like such out of here before. I'm afraid of losing the fuel line that hooks up. Then there's this guy from the overflow as well. It's kind of holding me back. Come on, get out of there. Okay, now this is full of fuel. Like, I mean, it's full. And this is actually, the last time I put fuel in, I put in premium, the good stuff. And there's a float. It's giving me some complications here. Your fuel level indicator. Oh, I got you. So we'll give it a bit of a turn. It's got the fuel lines hooked on it. Fuel lines inside the tank. Okay, so let me bugger with this and we'll get back to you. Alright, a bit of a struggle later. I had to get the old fuel lines off of this level indicator and then try and slowly pull it out without anything being too wrapped around. And voila, it's out. And now to put the new one in. So just trying to catch my air a little bit. It's really fumey in there right now. I'm doing pretty good. Look at this. Minimal spillage. It's good. So I'm going to try and pour some of this fuel into here so that when I put the new pump in, that it's not, the pump's not going to be running dry trying to suck anything up. Although my fuel level's high enough, I'm not sure if it's really going to matter. Oh well. Son of a biscuit. That was not easy to do. I mean, it wasn't complicated, but that spring pressure from the pump coming up into the cap, and then having to have it lined up the right way, and the flex of the new hose coming off the new pump, nothing wanted to stay put. The seal, the replacement seal for this guy, oh my god, that kept coming off as soon as I got everything aligned, and oh, the gas fumes don't help. So now I just gotta tighten this ring down the rest of the way, hook that back up, and we'll give her a test fire. Hopefully everything's good. And I mean, if I did my job correctly, everything should be good. Whew, it's cold. My toes are frozen. It's like minus, I don't know, 10 out here. And I'm about ready to call it quits for now because, man, I hate the smell of fuel. Ugh. But yeah, let's finish her up. Okay, that's all covered and sealed. Battery is hooked back up and covered. That's sturdy enough. Let's give her a test. Fingers crossed. Cooper fans everywhere. Definitely heard it prime. Heard a gush of fuel. What do you think? Should we just try it? Alright, let's try it then. Oh, that did not sound good. Crap. Well, I think my battery's too dead to do anything about this. Who can I message? Well folks, one boost later and the Cooper is running. Thanks to this guy right here, you all know Rob. See? We're running, we're not in safe mode. Give her a little rev. Yeah. That's awesome. Cooper's back in action. Alright, thanks guys for tuning in, watching how to change, well it wasn't really a how-to, but changing a fuel pump on an R50 2005 Mini Cooper. Next is the fuel filter. That's gonna be fun. Probably easier than the pump.
You hope.
Thank you, Rob.
You're welcome.
You ever need a boost after a fuel pump change? Call me after the pump's changed.
Yeah, not a problem.
Subscribe, hit like, all that stuff. We'll talk to you guys again soon. I started there. Bye.
Peace out.